Here we have the Matchbox Elgin Pelican Street Sweeper, which I did a couple videos on. I'm going to talk about this particular piece. I'm also going to go over some of the street sweeper merchandise that Matchbox has made. And I'm going to talk about the history behind the real life machine before we get any further into this video. Just want to quickly make a couple quick things clear so you don't feel like I'm going off topic or anything like that. So backstory behind the Elgin Pelican, the real life version. Around the year 1914, this inventor named John Murphy would invent this three-wheeled mechanical street sweeper. It wasn't named the Pelican at the time, but his invention proved to be a success as companies in the UK, or inventors in the UK, were inventing horse-drawn street sweepers, but none of them were going to be a success and would make it into the 20th century. However, it would be John Murphy's invention that would spark off the Elgin Street Sweeper Company. As the years went by, that particular street sweeper continued to evolve up until the late 80s when it was officially named the Elgin Pelican. The Pelican then got an update in 1990, and that one would continue until 2006, when it would get another update in the following year in 2007. This is based on either a 90s or 80s model of the Pelican. This one isn't in the best condition, but I got it a while back in a Matchbox 5-pack when I was taking a little vacation to Hawaii at the time. If you actually look in through the windows, you can see there are two steering wheels poking through the windshield. You have your seats and controls and stuff, as well as molded in vents. What's nice to note is the fact that these brushes do in fact pull out of the side, if I can get them pulled out. There we go. Let me see if I can get the other one pulled out. So you have your two gutter brushes or channel brushes, and then your main sweeping broom. And then, unlike other street sweepers, the Elgin Pelican has its hopper located in the front portion of the vehicle. So it would unload from the front, believe it or not. Now, obviously the broom is positioned back here. This is actually a little bit interesting in terms of how the machine works. The reason why it's located back there is because there's actually a conveyor belt that the debris would get fed onto once the main broom right here sweeps it up. And then the conveyor belt would carry it into the hopper. Also, what's notable is it isn't present on this. You'll probably think it's going to unload like that. Believe it or not, on the real life machine, there's actually an opening flap on the front of the hopper. So when this lifts up and the hopper tilts forward, that metal flap swings open, emptying the debris out. And what's nice is, just like the real machine, the hopper can be raised high enough so if you need to empty material into the back of a truck, you can. So let's see if we can do that here. They released this particular one around the late 90s in 1999. And we got some decos for it in the early 2000s around the time of the Hero City, which I can tell you a lot of collectors are not going to go for those Hero City versions because it was just out there. But I personally thought some of the decos they were doing were pretty cool. Then we continued it up with this piece with some more realistic decos up until 2008, and I believe around that time period was when it ended, if I'm not mistaken. Aside from this, they also did another street sweeper truck version, truck-mounted sweeper. This one also has some moving features, play value. You can press down on it, and then these brushes will move up and down. Generic cab, but, it's pretty close to real. So I can let that slide, in my opinion. It's not like some of the other cab overs that you sometimes find on toy trucks that are way more fantasy. And then, aside from those, Recently, Matchbox came out with a miniature street sweeper. This one, there's no functionality. They've been doing this one for a little while. I don't remember the last time we saw this one. They might still be including it in some 5-packs in the near future, but at the same time, I don't know for sure. And then aside from those, they also did a street sweeper in the Real Working Rigs line, which I don't have. I didn't plan on picking that one up as the side brushes were fixed, and really the only moving part on that was the hopper. And with the Real Working Rigs line, it's all about the play value. I didn't really care for that street sweeper when I found out the brushes didn't function. Obviously, this one, they don't function either, but it's a small piece. Well, with the Real Working Rigs, they're larger and they're supposed to have, you know what. Regardless, with this particular piece, I don't know if we're going to see this again just based on its play value. The top part's all metal. It doesn't seem to feel too heavy. I would need to take a look, probably get like a measuring scale or something, but it doesn't feel too heavy in my opinion. So I would say it's more likely the reason why they're not bringing this back has to do with the amount of features this has, but maybe they could include it in the moving, do like an updated version that they could include in the moving parts line or something. Regardless, that does it for this video on that particular street sweeper that Matchbox made. Let me know in the comments what you think. Have a good, safe rest of your day, guys. Don't forget to do your part by keeping the city clean. Bye.